If you were born in the year of the Yang, metal, dog, you see, you watch. This dog watch. This dog is loyal. So we speak of this dog. We speak of the dog have understanding. This dog is highly intelligent. This dog is a leader, but will be the champion of the underdog. So this dog is all about justice and compassionate, and very have a humanitarian nature. So this dog here is the idealistic, have high moral standards. We're talking about righteousness, doing the right thing. And so at the end of the day, this dog will do the right thing. Even when something is wrong, this dog will turn around and always do the right thing, because this is the energy that it carries. And so you as the dog people, you're very faithful, you're noble, it's got a superior character, and you're honest, you're responsible, you're trustworthy, and you're sensitive. So when you're talking about you deal with the tongue. You're quick with the tongue, and your mind is lit. Your mind is on fire with ideas, information. That means so you're highly intelligent. That means so we know on the downside, you could be distrustful, an introvert. You could be tasteless. You could be a sadist. You could be anxious. You could be suspicious, and you can lack courage, and you could be deadly. So we know, and also shy. So we speak of the dog people. You're very watchful. You watch things. You're careful. I mean, and you're bold when defending and protecting those who you care for. That means so you are the type who will protest to injustice, because you're the one who like to bring justice to the human race, and you're unselfish. You know what I mean? And you're dependable. You dislike people who are so selfish. So with this being said, and you for the people, you're the most giving nature. You like to give to people, but you're very careful and you're very picky of who you choose in your life, because you have a strong sense of what's right and what's wrong. It's naturally born in you with your humanitarian purpose. So this is when you're most happy, when you're doing something that deal with the humanitarian. That I mean, because you're trustworthy and you're non-materialistic and you're very principle-oriented. You know what I mean? You stand by your principles, and you're attractive and you have a lively personality. And so you as a dog, you make life long time friends, forever friends. I mean, you make lifetime friends, and you forever loyal. So your number one trait is definitely deal with loyalty. Through any situation, you will be loyal, even though you could be critical of others, and you can be so egotistic. I mean, and so as long as you ain't anxious or terrified or rejection and insecure about your own talents, I mean, you will win. That I mean, because egotistic ain't a part of your makeup. So if you are egotistic, you ain't in the right element. And so by you being the one who's very supportive of people and very much love people and like to stimulate people, like to inspire people, and you always getting advice, positive advice to people. That I mean, this makes you a great humanitarian, have the humanitarian spirit, and you have a keen and penetrating eye as an observer. So this makes you good to the knowledge, and to you interested in understanding the significance of a thing and promoting social awareness. Seek excitement of new experience, and you know what I mean. Your high spirit. I mean, like the people who like to investigate the world. That I mean, the researchers. Like if you got encouragement and you inspired by something or by people in general, especially when they inspire you or they give you compliments, definitely you could take on the world with your energy. You know what I mean? And definitely you could take on the ones who bully in the world with your inspiration, especially if you got the people to back you far as inspiring you. But you already strong yourself, and you you could be entertaining and very clever. Outside, you could be secretive, you could be agitated, you could be suspicious. I mean, and be obsessive and dysfunctional. You could be not function right in relationships and have trouble with your partners. You know what I mean? So also you could be the ones who's stubborn and insensitive. It's on the downside. And dependents have a dependent behavior. You could go to the screen, that I mean, on things. But other than that, you as the dog, you like to socialize. You like to socialize when dealing with one person or two close friends, something like that. And so large social gatherings with unfamiliar people, you got to have familiar people, not unfamiliar people. Because if you have unfamiliar people, you can get nervous and uncomfortable. So you like to be very comfortable when you speak on things in an environment with people who who's, like that. Because you really don't trust strangers like that. And so people really got to get to know you. You know what I mean? A natural radar where you could just see and you just know. So you're intuitive, you got intuitive nature, sixth sense nature, where you can see the faults of others and the flaws in others. You know what I mean? And so careful not to jump to conclusions so fast, because you can misinterpret a person's words or actions, especially the ones you love, who you're having a conversation with. But you're sharp naturally, you know what I mean? And you have a sharp tongue, not only a sharp mind. And the thing is that if anybody you loyal to, if anybody come against the ones you loyal to, you would take up for them. So you're very loyal, you know what I mean? Stuck on doing the right thing, you would not tolerate anyone who is greedy for power and who is money hungry, who is phony and disloyal. You know what I mean? Because you like the truth, you about the truth, you about justice. You know what I mean? Because you're always the first to speak out against injustice. So you have a sharp tongue. And your remarks can hurt a person and cut a person down quick. Because this is how nasty that tongue could get. You know what I mean? But also that this tongue can inspire people. So either way. Nature is imaginative. You stay in your imaginative nature. You're honest. You know what I mean? And you take responsibility. So you're a very responsible person and dutiful person. You don't like criticism, people criticizing you, and you can suffer from deep feelings of self-doubt. So keep your head strong as a dog people, because people need people like you, because you're here to bring justice to those who doing wrong and corrupt things, and you're good for that. It's in your nature. You know what I mean? So we need people like you to help this world stay balanced. As well as the dog people, that I mean, you're very supportive, especially when it comes to something that is right. That I mean, and you motivate your environment. That's the thing about you. On the downside, you could be an introvert and unadventurous, and not adventurous, and you can be timid. You know what I mean, fearful and suspicious and doubtful. You know what I mean, and very deadly. So watch out for that. Because you are the champion of justice, you know what I mean, especially of the underdogs. About you that you're very bold and you're very determined to do good. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need for somebody to inspire you, to lead it off. But you'll finish the rest because you got it. You know what I mean? Think about you, once you've been given instructions or help, you can move mountains to carry out a task. Because you know to get the task done, whatever the task is. That's the great thing about you as the dog, because you're loyal. Not only to people, but also to the task. And so you're strong-minded because you deal with the mind. So a thinker, you're highly intelligent, so you got that. This is a very strong element. We talk about metal. So you are the metal dog. You're the iron dog. The iron dog. You made of steel. So this being said, so you are the type, protective of the ones you love. That I mean, you make a good friend, close friend, because if somebody got you, they got you for life. And you loyal, they ain't got to worry about you selling them out. That I mean, and you rarely show your true feelings. It's a great sense of humor too, and you gifted. You got many talents, and you're very creative, and you like to communicate. That I mean, you're very sociable. So that's the thing about you. As long as you ain't impatient, you will win. As long as you stay balanced, you will win. Live in the present and take every day as it come, you will win. Stop going back in the past so much, you will win. And stop worrying. That means stop self-doubting yourself. This is when the dog will win. Sometimes you need that inspiration, somebody to let you know that you are definitely the teacher and definitely the counselor, and this will inspire you, something like that, because you're already determined. Sometimes you need a little inspiration. You know what I mean? Because you're definitely, you got everything it takes to win. Because people love to have you on their team because you ride for them and even go out for them. And you can be a martyr for them. You'll do good as being a teacher, a spiritual leader, a judge, anything that deal with law, with nursing, with social work of all kinds, a writer, a poet, a philosopher, anything that deals with that. And definitely, you know what I mean, you're committed. So that's a good thing about you. So you can go into the field of real estate too. Anything to do with money or accountants or anything. And you most likely going to be trusted by your employers or as an employee too. You know what I mean? Because you're just that loyal. After a while, when people understand your nature. Built for humanitarian professions and social work, naturally. Take trouble around the corner so much, as long as you don't expect that so much and you be easy on yourself, you definitely could carry out all your humanitarian duties. You know what I mean? Because you could carry the world troubles on your shoulders. So be careful and be aware, because you're definitely spiritual and you're here to bring righteousness to the world. You got a bully in the neighborhood, you be the one to take that bully out, even in the world. If people need you, I mean, you definitely will fight for the people. So you just stand up, you be the first one. And so that's the good thing about you as the loyal dog. Color is definitely indigo blue, and your number is the number 9. And also your color is black and also dark blue. So this being said, this how it go down with you. As a dog people, you like the hidden occult knowledge. You like to go into the science and anything that's arcane. You concerned with the hidden knowledge. You concerned with like detective novels, and you always remember birthdays and so stuff like that. You like jewelry, like especially civil jewelry, and even reuniting with old friends, stuff like that. I mean, but you just like anybody who's superficial and who playing mind games and stuff like that, and hypocrites and selfish behaviors and those who are deceiving and dishonest. And so this being said, you make a good judge, lawyer, scientist, researchers, and as I said before, a social worker, community worker, and definitely a charity worker, and also a doctor, you know what I mean, and a nurse. And so you could be a leader of any kind, because the way you lead will be fair and just. And so this is definitely the dog individual people. You are easy to love. You easy love people. You easy to love type of individual. You warm, you kind, and you generous. But you're not quick to fall in love yourself, because you very careful and you distrust and people who are suspicious. So you got to watch them for a while, just like that dog watch people. That's what you do. You know what I mean? So, but when you do take somebody in, it's loyal forever. So that's a great thing. You're very sensual sex-wise and very passionate. I mean, you have a high sex drive, but you careful who you give who you have sex with. And so you value your companionship and trust above physical, close bond or sex. So that being said, you prefer long-term relationship than short-term flings or one-night stands. Activities, you know what I mean? You're more sociable and you enjoy spending time with friends than anything. And so you're not particularly adventurous people. You just might like to be with your family wherever they go because you're with them and you like to socialize. But you do enjoy visiting restaurants that's foreign and stuff like that. And so you was happy going to the movies or to a good restaurant than doing any mountain climbing or rock climbing or something like that. And you know what I mean? You like anything that's real, and you definitely go for a coffee and a chat to a local cafe or something like that. Something that's peaceful and friendly. So you like communicating. Besides, you might like walking or swimming or bike riding and stuff like that. Now, the 5 different types of dogs I'm going into. Now we're talking about the meadow dog. And these are people who were born in 1910 and 1970. If you are born as the meadow dog, this is your natural element. And so you are the type who are the visionary type of dogs, who see and who knows, who aware, who continue to watch. And so you got a screen behavior. You go to the screen. So you're an idealistic type. That I mean, you're very principled. You live by principles, your own principles. And this can make you a tower of strength, or it could be your downfall. Depends on what your principles is. You're very protective of loved ones, and you're the prosperous type. You know what I mean? And you're very determined, and you're very loving, and you have that great strength. So, as the meadow dog, you definitely are the one on the downside who could be single-minded, a know-it-all, homesick, inflexible, a sadist, opinionated, because dogs are outspoken naturally. So you definitely are outspoken individuals. Metal dog, you definitely get the job done and you accomplish your goals. When you got a goal, you accomplish it. You know what I mean? You definitely for the people. You made it that steel, the iron dog. But at the same time, you're idealistic and you're very creative. And so it's how you use the energy is how it makes you. And so now we go to those who are the water dog. He was born in 1922 and 1982. And so we talking about the water dog. You definitely receptive. You're very sensual. Got a high sex drive more than it add on to your sexuality. So with that being said, you like things of beauty. You know what I mean? And you might be the most beautiful, sensual person yourself. You know what I mean? So you're very charming and sexy, and you highly intuitive, and you like to reflect your thoughts. So you're a deep thinker, but you can be the one who dictates things, and you definitely are a more free spirit than the average. So you can be an introvert too. And so now I'm going to the wood dog. If you're born 1934 and 1994, I'm speaking of you who are charismatic individuals. So everything you do is to the screen. And so we talking about those who's more open-minded than others. So because you're all about expansion, all about growth. You know what I mean? All about blossom. But on the downside, you could be all to the lowest. You know what I mean? So it's up to you how the energies is used. As long as you don't become obsessive over nothing, you're very good because you can go to the screen. And you interested in the arts. And, you know, anything you do with a span, so you're more popular individuals. You know what I mean? Who born in 1934 and 1994. Now, we're going to the fire dogs. Fire dogs give you the compassion. You're very compassionate, very charismatic, and you got that energy. So fire can be very violent on the downside. So you're the type of dog who gonna go for their goals. And you take leadership naturally. So you're enthusiastic. You know what I mean? And you can have addictive personality. You can be addicted to things. And so watch out for that. And control your excess tendencies because this fire will flame up anything. And so, you know, you're very friendly. That's part of your nature. You're very approachable. You're very open. So fire people are that. And they're compassionate. And so it speaks of you. You know what I mean? You're more cheerful than other dogs. And more passionate. Wake up happy, excited. You know, make you very excited, very bold. And make you the one who make a decision. And very creative as far as inventing your own. You're like an inventor type. You know what I mean? And very loving. So this brings you the dynamite spirit and very honorable spirit. And also on the downside, you can be destructive. And we know the fire explode. And so what they're saying, you can be excessive, you can be violent, you can be like ambitious and radical and demanding. So a lot of dogs, that I mean, they're very fair in things. And so this is definitely the charismatic. The fire dog, those who were born in 1946 and 2006, that I mean, this enhanced you, makes you very powerful and charismatic and flamboyant, and very friendly and approachable, enthusiastic with courage. So that being said, now you know this the fire dog. Now when we talk about the earth dog, is those who were born in 1958 and 2018. You are well balanced because the earth make you stable and very happy generally. And so since you're balanced, I mean you're in the right mind, right sense, you're disciplined. And you got more patience than the other dog. But you can be more materialistic than the other dogs. See what I'm saying? But you're a hard worker and more practical than the other dogs. And so this makes you definitely idealistic still. You know what I mean? And so this is very great when dealing with the dogs. And so as the earth dog, you're peaceful and you very persistent and you're supportive and you're a reasonable thinker. But on the downside, you can be narrow-minded and your thoughts could forever change. You could be over careful and very stubborn and a pessimistic, sadist, and a loss and very worry type individual and smothering. And so now you have all the dogs, like I said, and you as the earth dog, you're born 1958 and 2018. And so Back on the wood dog, who born in 1934 and 1994, you charismatic dogs. Keep doing your things. And all you dogs, do your things. So the wood dogs is all about expansion, and they inspire people, and they are inspiration. So they're the extrovert naturally, and the problem solvers, and very compassionate. But on the downside, a wood dog could be very violent and angry and pessimistic and temperamental. And so with that being said, I already said the fire dog. You know what I mean? So you're more happy than excited than any other dogs. So try to balance yourself out. So all you dogs, this is definitely what it be. It's I can't who read you. It gets no redder than this. Ashe.